Yo. So, yeah, I do want to touch on personal experience that's kind of tied to this reality and someone I met here and how it carried over to the non physical parallel realities, whatever you want to call them. Um, so, I'm not going to name any names or anything like that, but basically, I've moved, but in my last place where I lived, I met somebody who was super into meditation and all this stuff. And it was about the time that I was getting really into everything. And um, we didn't really like vibe that well. Sometimes we would, sometimes we wouldn't. Um, Long story short, I kept asking him, I was like, do you want me to wake you up out there? We can have an experience together. Um, and we could go on an adventure or whatever. And at first he was like, no, I don't want to do that. And then finally he said yes one night. So I know waking him out, I got out of body and his door was like two doors down from me. So I knew it was going to be super easy to wake him up. And so I go at first, like my essence just like starts flying up to the sky. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. But and then I remembered I wanted to wake up. I want to wake up my neighbor. So I go float back down and I go up to his door and I open the door and he's sleeping there on the couch and his girlfriend is on the chair next to him. So all I did from there was have the intent to speak his name, and I got like a little bit out, and it's like my voice. It was like my real voice, like was speaking out there instead of being like telepathic. And as soon as it was just like a quick little, that's all that came out, and he like woke up, and he looked at me, and he was like, oh, he looked around, and he was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how similar everything looks, like almost identical. So I was like, oh yeah, man. So then at that point, I was like, no time to waste. Like, let's go on the adventure. I was like, you ready? And he just looked at me and he sort of nodded like no, like he didn't want to go. And I was like, bro, I told you I was gonna wake you up. Like, and then I asked him, I was like, can you fly? Like, we're gonna go do this thing right now. And then he was like, no, again. And I just got like super off put by the whole thing. It kind of annoyed me. Like I went out of my way to do that for him. I feel like, um, and then I was just like whatever. And I got pulled out of there. And then I was in like a kitchen of my childhood house with something that looked like my sister and my brother. And my brother was like mad at me. He was like mad at me for some reason. But I'm also finding that these might just be like shape shifters a lot of times, not my real family from here. But that was it for that experience. And then I got back to this reality in the morning, and I saw him leaving for work, and I ran over to him, and I was like, dude, like, I did it. Like, I woke you up last night. And he was acting like all weird. And he was like, I'm sorry, man. Like my recall is just not that great. He was saying stuff like that, but I could tell he wasn't telling me something. Come to later he told me he had like a real uncomfortable experience earlier in the night. So I might have only been interacting with an aspect of him and not actually him. So we basically from there had like good moments and bad moments where we were friends sometimes, and then other times I felt like he was trying some weird stuff on me, like just I don't know. It's hard to explain the whole thing. But fast forward, we had a huge falling out, and I decided like I'm not gonna. To me, like the non-physical realities or whatever you want to call them, it's always been a place where I'm not of these like low vibe mindsets like that this place conditioned us to think. Like, like lusting all the time, just like bad habits, like drinking all the time, whatever. I'm not gonna name stuff. You know what I'm talking about. The whole journey to me was stripping um, what attaches me to this place and all the conditioning they do for us here. And I'm not gonna carry those lower mindsets to those other places, because to me those places aren't for that. It's a place where um, you're a lot more unlimited in what you can do and how you can think, and you're only limited by your imagination. This place is a lot more structured, and like it's sort of like in place how you should treat others, and not to say you can't stray from that, but it's just a little more obvious what's going on here, and everyone's a little more sensitive. You just got to be a little bit nicer, um, and a little more fake, to be honest. So I decided, okay, my beef with this guy is in physical. I'm gonna handle it in physical. He decided to become a low vibe out there for me, and he knew I cared about this stuff a lot. So he he started to do his own conscious transitions and mess with me out there. And I was like, really, dude? So it was just a lot. And then it's like really weird. He ended up having like an older brother that I think like was actually like my friend, but he was like the younger brother, and he was trying to get me all the time. And he he seemed to have joined up with some other beings that want to just ruin me for some reason. Um, I guess it's because I don't vibe with what they vibe with. They basically just fucking drink out there all the time and have sex all the time. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. Like, I definitely have my moments of weakness where I'm like give in to something out there, but something has my back where it knows me to the point that if I don't really want to be doing that, and I'm actually just in a more non-lucid state and I give in to something, they'll pull me out of there and make sure I don't engage in it. Um, so I guess because they're about their stuff and I'm not really about that, and we're all kind of default to the same community. Maybe we all live in this East Coast area together. Um, they just they just mess with me a lot. Um, Now it's gotten better. Definitely, there's some beings that like know me and they're like they got my back, but there's still a big group of them that mess with me whenever they see me and stuff. And like I said, I'm not gonna give in to them or let them control my emotions or let them mold me in any way. And I'm not gonna spend time worrying about them all the time, because that's just doing my own head in and creating more anxiety for me. Um, yeah, so I guess like I did pretty good with that, not carrying things over into the other reality that's from this reality. If I got beef here, I'm gonna handle it here. If I got beef there, I'll handle it there. It's that simple. Now, the other thing that's been going on with me is like a lot of celebrities visit me and my experiences, and I don't know their true intentions either. Um, Last night was I was in this like movie theater setting. I got lucid, and this group of YouTuber peoples were there, and I don't know. I don't know why I keep ending up with them, or what's happening with all that stuff, but that's kind of weird. And it's been like a lot. I can name like a lot of names, but Sometimes I feel like they're helping me. Sometimes I feel like they're messing with me. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep at it. Keep trying to fly above the sky, to the higher frequency places. That's the other thing. Like, I'll get out of body, and like I'll get outside and I'll start flying up, and like something stops me from flying up halfway up, and I learned I can like swim up the rest of the way. But just a lot of stuff, like, I feel like just needs to leave me alone. But it's all good. We'll figure it out eventually. And it only encourages me, and I'm only getting stronger. And then there's a lot of experiences where I'm waking up in these, like, what people would call like horror scenarios, and I'm like transmuting all these beings that are messing with me. So I think that's how I'm getting stronger. I'm like absorbing their energy. So the more bad stuff they send at me, like, come on, like, bring it on, because I'm just getting stronger. Um, like, energy wise, and then if I can just stay strong mental wise and not let them break me, then nothing can mess with me ever. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep at it. I'll try to make like a video more about those negative entities that I transmute, because it's been interesting. I'll talk on it real quick. Like, they'll basically kick my senses off and make me think I'm not out of body still, but I realize I can still like feel a little bit. So they'll have me, like, two of them will have me pinned down and I can't see, but then I'll start feeling their body part a little bit to get a sense, and then I'll just go grab their neck real quick, and I heard like the one like gurgle and like run away. So I can still mess them up even when I can't see anything. So I'm learning a lot. Maybe I'm just training. Maybe I'm supposed to be experiencing what I'm experiencing. But I'm gonna keep pushing it. I'm gonna keep trying to do what I want to do. And anything that gets in my way, good luck to them. If I decide to just fight back, it takes me a lot to fight back sometimes. But yeah. So I'll definitely make some more videos and everything. I hope everybody's doing well, and good luck with all your practices. And just keep, if you feel something is wrong or you don't feel right here, you're probably on the right path, because you haven't settled for second best. Like, this world is off a little bit. So just keep at it. Keep wanting to know truth. And just let yourself flow. Don't be so hard on yourself. Let yourself flow, and don't overthink. Just keep at your practice, and good things will happen to you. So yeah, good luck to everybody, and I'll make another video whenever I feel like it. Hopefully I don't go months this time, but I'll make some more. Take it easy.